Hello YouTube, this is Evangelic Cat here, uploading my first Wi-Fi battle. Well, not my first Wi-Fi battle, the first one I'd like to show you. I pretty much just got into the metagame and everything. I've got myself set up here with some IV bred pokes with their EVs and their respective stats, and I am battling an acquaintance of mine, who I don't know if this is his in-game team or not, but we battled, and it was really fun, so I thought I'd share. Alright, let's get started and watch me make a lot of noob mistakes. But what are you gonna do, huh? Just gotta go up from there. Anyway, he leads off with his Blastoise, and I go out with my Ampharos, and I know he's gonna turn right back around, so I go ahead and take the opportunity to set up some screens, because I have screens on this Ampharos, and I like to have options. I don't know. So anyway, I set up some screens, and when I do that, I Mega Evolve, and I should not have Mega Evolved. And it's gonna come back and kick me in the ass later, and you'll see. And I also completely forgot, by the way, that Nidoking is a dual ground and poison type. And so I was like, oh, it used earth power, and then I was like, wait, that's stab earth power. And then I had hit thunder, and then thunder didn't happen, and there were many tears shed. So anyway, I go out to my Dragalge, and I knew if my Ampharos could take an Earth Power, the Dragalge can take an Earth Power, and I'm not entirely sure where I made this play here. I think I was thinking he's a ground type. I have Surf, and I couldn't Toxic Stall him, and you'll see me Toxic Stall a couple of these guys later. So I figured that she was probably the most expendable, and I'd take his health down a good 50-60%. And so he backs right out of there, and Blastoise comes out, and I go for another Surf, and I should have gone for the Toxic the first time, but I didn't. It was like a good insult that was just too late, and the moment was lost, and you just have to shake it off. But Blastoise Mega Evolves and gets his cannons going on. And then Ariadne proceeds to take an Ice Beam to the face like a champ. Kind of. She lives. She sticks the landing. That is what is important here, kids. She gets the Toxic on, and I figure that I kind of want to keep her around because she'd be good for free switch in to set up my Meowstick, which I like Meowstick. It's a tsundere cat. How can you say no to that? Anyway, Olivine comes back in, and what do I do here? Oh yeah, I'm dumb. I forgot that Mega Ampharos became part dragon, and so I came in and I was like, yeah, electric type bitches, and then I got ice beamed, and there was much unpleasantness. So my Ampharos goes down, and it would have been a lot nicer to have that Ampharos later in the battle, but I mean, oh, what are you gonna do? I noobed. I will not noob again. Well, I probably will. I do right here. I predicted this switch, and I went for the Horn Leech anyway, and so I Horn Leeched Blaziken and got a crit. So thank you, God. And I go ahead and go for the jump kick. I'm not entirely sure why I brought her out against the Blaziken. I think it's because in double battles, it's because when I double battle with my Drought Ninetales, she's Chlorophyll, and so she's the only thing that can outspeed a speed boost Blaziken. That's why. And I somehow translated that into it's a good idea to bring out this Sawsbuck against this Blaziken in a single battle. So anyway, Sonata comes out and takes a Sky Uppercut like a champ. Goes for the payback, and the Blaziken goes down, and my thinking was, my Umbreon is so bulky, there is nothing that this thing can do to OKO it. And since I knew this thing was going to outspeed me, I figured with the payback I could sneak in some damage there, and I guess it worked. So anyway, the Starmie comes out, and a Dazzling Gleam happens, and Sonata still lives and just goes for the moonlight, and by the power of the moon, she recovers and lives to fight another Pokemon. Lefty's help too. So I go ahead and come back out here and bring in my Meowstic, because I know that his Starmie's not going to be able to do jack shit to this Meowstic. And so I take the opportunity to go for a free Calm Mind and try to set my tsundere kitty up. So Starmie goes back, Gengar comes out, I use Calm Mind. I know I don't want to... I'm pretty sure this thing's not going to outspeed me, but I don't want to get hit with a Dark Pulse and die a quick death. So I go ahead and come back out, and I think Sonata comes back. No, Octavia does come in, and she brings the sun out with her. Oh, I do love Drought Ninetales. I do love her. So now she takes a Dark Pulse, and that's no big deal. I did battle this guy before, and he knows that I'm running Hex on this set, and so he goes ahead and goes back out. And I know that, so I go for the Will-O-Wisp, and for some reason it didn't make the connection that maybe he'd bring in the Water type, which I had poisoned against the Ninetales, and so nothing happened. And that was a turn wasted, and so I bring back in... Sorry about that, my video froze again. You essentially just missed Sonata taking a Hydro Pump like a champ. It did nothing. Look at that. Like, she just brushes it off and goes for the payback there. And try to kill this thing a little bit faster. So at this point, he takes his Blastoise back out, I believe. Yeah, Blastoise goes back out to, I don't know, do something, and Charizard comes in, which is great for me because I'm able to go for another Moonlight. I did it. I could have gone for the Toxic and the Moonlight. It would have made a difference. And so he goes ahead and traps me in a Fire Spin, and I still don't quite understand the reasoning behind this. Because I don't really have anything else that I would have brought out against him. Maybe he was just trying to whittle down HP there. So anyway, I get a Toxic on, and Charizard is now a toxic, unhappy, flying orange lizard, and we're just kind of stuck here for a couple turns, slowly dying in pain. And on the field, they've got this camaraderie going on, like you often see between colorful animals that are fighting each other to the death, and it's real fun. It's real fun. This is what you paid $40 for. So I'm still stuck in the fire, the Fire Spin. And we go for another payback because this is just, Toxic Stall, man, it's not a glamorous way to battle. But I guess it's effective because the Charizard goes down and the dynasty ends and the beast falls. And no one cries for the dead lizard. Nope. Then the Starmie comes back out, and I get hit with a Dazzling Gleam, and that animation just, it hurts my eyes. I don't know about you, but it just hurts my eyes. And so we go for a Toxic right there, and, you know, status conditions. A+, no entry hazard status conditions. That's how it works, right? Ha ha ha, no, probably not. Anyway. So we have the Toxic going on, and I come right back out because I don't want to lose this thing to a Dazzling Gleam, and I've got a plan to bring in my Meowstic, but for that I need a free switch in, which my Dragalge my Dragalge dies and gives me the opportunity. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm tired. Anyway, Mercy comes in, and she's already +1 with a Calm Mind. And so she takes a Thunderbolt, I guess, and goes for the Shadow Ball, which does its job almost. And I'm very thankful that I poisoned this thing, because otherwise we would be looking at a very different situation. So Starmie goes right down. And let's see. Oh, Gengar comes out. And this is another typing brain fart that I had, because I was under the impression that Gengar was a Dark type. He's never been a Dark type. He's always been Ghost Poison, but I don't even know. So I go back in with Octavia, and she takes a dark pulse, which does more damage than I would have liked to admit, and she goes for the Hex, which is super effective, but unfortunately there is no status condition on that Gengar. So he lives, and he lives to place a Confuse Ray upon my Ninetales there, and then I go out to my Umbreon. Okay. And then, oh, it's because I know he's going to go out and go back in with that thing. That thing right there. That thing that my team is not equipped to deal with that thing easily. So, technically, I have that Psychic type. And the thing about Meowstic is it's really frail and really hard to set up, and I don't know how I feel about it, but I do bring in Octavia and do get a status condition on that thing just in case I can't kill it with everybody else. I can stall it out with my Umbreon. And so Tavi goes down, and she's done a good job, so doggy biscuits for her. And I get a free switch into my Meowstic. Yep, Mercy comes back out. And the tsundere kitty goes for a Psyshock. And I wish she had done more this battle. I am determined to prove that Meowstic is a force to be reckoned with, and I'm getting there. I'm working on it. So anyway, Nidoking goes out, and I breathe a huge sigh of relief, and then this Gengar comes out, and this battle would have ended here if I had not forgotten that he wasn't a dark type and signal beamed him, and he just stands there looking at me like, haha, are you an idiot? And I'm like, yes, and then the tsundere kitty dies. Bye-bye. Well, which leads me to this really, really tedious part of the battle, where essentially Sona gets dark pulsed and gets the flinch, and I go ahead and I can't poison this because it's a poison type, and this thing is doing a good job of not letting me get a payback. So gets the flinch, effective, stat drop, confusion, and more confusion. Oh, isn't this an exciting play? There's such intricate strategy behind all of this. I mean, look at the beautiful execution right here. It's genius. It really is. You gotta, there, the payback finally happens, and the Gengar goes down, and I wonder what I just did with those last, 2 minutes of my life. Anyway, so we get a little left fuse boost, and the only thing that is going to come back out is this Blastoise, and so I figure I can just go for a Moonlight worst case scenario. I don't know. I don't know. The Moonlight happens, and by the power of the moon, Sonata emerges victorious, and the Blastoise just goes right down to the ground. So that was the battle. It wasn't the prettiest battle in the world, but it was fun. So anyways, if you guys have any suggestions or comments or feedback, go ahead and leave that there. If you could leave a like, that would be really cool. And I'm working on a couple new Pokemon to kind of switch things up in here. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts. Alright, see ya!